Hello, I'm Claire Smith and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a tag video and I've been tagged by the wonderful Jon Snow. So Jon's idea is that we try to put ourselves in the shoes of Samuel Pepys. So if you don't know who Samuel Pepys was, he was a really famous English diarist and he wrote at a time period in the 1660s. So he lived through the Great Fire of London and wrote about that. So he's one of the best historical sources that we have to know how people lived in that time period and to know about the Fire of London. So the Great Fire of London was a major event and Samuel Pepys was one of those people who had some warning and could do something about what he had in his house and try to save things. And what he did with his most precious things was to bury them in the garden. And I was talking to Jon about this and I asked him, which fragrances would you save? Which ones would you bury in your garden if you had a fire coming and you knew about it? And just how many would you manage to save? And Jon turned my question into a tag video. So I am going to do this tag and I've not planned anything about which ones I'm going to save. I've tried not to think about it even though I knew I was having to film this video, but I really have tried not to think about it. And I'm not going to edit the 5 minutes of the video where I'm actually talking about which fragrances I would save either. So I'm really hoping that this is going to be a very spur of the moment, kind of off the cuff kind of decision about which ones I would think to save. It's also a bit of a memory test. How well do you know your collection? How well can you remember what's in your collection? How well can you remember the ones you say that you love? And I'm just interested to see how well I do, basically, how many I can recall. Given that I failed at the Jeremy Fragrance 50 Fragrances in 5 minutes tag, I am not expecting to remember very many at all. And that was when those fragrances were in front of me that I couldn't actually name them or describe them. So I don't cope well under pressure. To add the pressure to some other people instead of just me, I am going to tag 3 other people to do this tag. So I'm going to tag Carmen Centrix, I'm also going to tag Sunny Scents, and I'm going to tag Veronica Says because she has an enormous collection and I'm really interested to know which ones she would actually choose to save and which ones she would actually remember to save in those 5 minutes. So Veronica, the challenge is there. I hope that you're all willing to do this tag. If you're not, then no worries. So let's get on with my memory game. Okay, so I have got no means of timing this, so I'm just going to use the timer on my camera and I am just going to stop when 5 minutes is up. So let's go. So the first ones that I would say will be something that's probably discontinued. So I'm going to go with my discontinued Tom Ford fragrances. So Tom Ford Orchid Soleil and also Tom Ford Noir Parfum, because I can't get those anymore. Also, I'll save Tom Ford Black Orchid because I like that one in the autumn. And I'm going to save also my discontinued mugler fragrances, or the ones that have been reformulated and ruined. So I'm going to save Angel, I'm going to save Alien, both my new one and my older one. I'm going to save Aura and Mirage because that's discontinued, Alien Mirage, and also Eau Croisière as well, and Angel Nova because I like wearing all of those fragrances. So then moving on to the more precious ones, the ones that I really enjoy, I'm going to save Miller Harris Found at Dusk. I'm going to save Glossier You, also Metal Wave by All Saints, and Black Opium, Loverdose, because they were my signature scents at some time in my life. Lola, because my husband bought me that fragrance when we sort of were quite new in our relationship. I'm also going to save Loverdose Tattoo because that one makes me smell like a rice pudding and I just find it very comforting, and I think that one might be discontinued now. Also, I'm going to save Gucci Guilty Absolute Parfum. I just think that's a really nice fragrance for this time of year. I'm now also struggling. I am going to save the newer ones in my collection, so things like Ombre de Merveille by Hermes, because I just don't feel like I've worn that enough to justify it being burnt in a fire yet. I'm also going to save a Rose 4 by Floris, because that's potentially one of the more expensive ones in my collection. I don't want to have to buy it again. Which others? I won some Kayali fragrances, Juicy Apple, Eden, whatever it's called, that can burn, I don't care. But the vanilla one I'm going to save, and I'm also going to save Invite Only, and also Utopia Cocoa Vanille, or whatever it's called, and the Pink Diamond, Pink Pepper, Sweet Diamond, Pink Pepper, such stupid names. I'm going to save those anyway. I'm also going to save Fifth Avenue Royale by Elizabeth Arden. I love that one. It's really nice for going out. I'm also going to save Sinner by Kat Von D, and also I'm going to save Kenzo World because that one is just very special to me. I'm also going to save Oh So Decadent by Marc Jacobs because that one's discontinued, and also Decadence by Marc Jacobs is discontinued, and I really like those two fragrances. I'm also going to save Elle L'aime à la Folie because I like that one in the summer. It just reminds me of sunshine and it's just bright, and I think it's also discontinued. What else? Chant d'Extase, how could I forget? That's also one of my favourites for spring. I'm also going to save Nina Ricci L'Extase Rose Absolue. That's a really nice rosy oud fragrance. Well, it's not oudy. Well, it is kind of oudy. It doesn't have oud in it, but it is a little bit oudy. Which other ones? Oh, some celebrity fragrances. How about some Stash? I really like Stash by SJP. Also some Covet Pure Bloom by SJP. That one really did sort of get me interested in YouTube and watching YouTube. I got obsessed with celebrity fragrances through trying that one. Madonna Truth or Dare, that one's really hard to find. I'd save that one. Also, I'm still testing out Prada La Femme, which is one I recently bought, so I'm going to save that one too. I'm also going to save This Is Her by Zadig and Voltaire because it's this kind of season and it's a nice chestnutty fragrance. I'm going to save Amir Al Oud Intense Oud because again that's a very nice chestnutty fragrance and very suitable for this time of year. Did I mention Black Opium? I'm going to definitely save Black Opium because I used to wear that when I was doing my PhD. Which other ones? There must be some more rose ones. Oh, La Petite Robe Noire Black Perfecto, how could I forget? And also La Petite Robe Noire Plissé. That one is one I wear to work quite a bit. Also, Insolence, because that's a lovely violet fragrance. And I think that's 5 minutes. So how many did I save? I don't know. I'm going to have to tot it up. I'll put the number in the corner above. So hopefully if you're tagged, you will enjoy doing this video and you will be able to see how many of your collection you managed to save and which ones you forget. I wonder which ones I've forgotten. If there's anything critical, I will flash them up on the screen about the ones that I just seriously forgot in my collection. So thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.